to the ongoing Light Up Imo project, noting that such obstacles will not deter his government from linking the state electricity infrastructure to the national grid. We cannot spend billions on power infrastructure and fail to distribute electricity to our people. By next week, we will take the decisive step, the governor said. Uzodimma expressed gratitude for public support and emphasized the importance of unity and collective progress. Get more of that story on the These Day newspaper. It is time for you to grab this paper. Loads and loads of news on the These Day newspaper. NNAMDI KANU from agitation to life imprisonment. What a headline. NNPC releases 2024 financial statement, declares 5.4 trillion naira profit and 45.1 trillion naira revenue. Oh, me trouble. All right. Justin Bauchi announces closure of schools over insecurity. Well, I'll talk more of that later on the show. We head on now to the Sahara Reporters. We have this one saying students flee school hostels in Borno State over fear of suspected terrorists. Well, according to the story, it's been flying all over social media that as soon as the students saw people in black, on your mandate we shall stand, they vanished into thin air. Everybody ran away. They didn't want to sing that song with that, not knowing these people are security operatives. Now, that brings me one crazy incident that is happening. We don't know who is a terrorist and who is a police, because police dress like terrorists these days, some of them. They just dress anyhow, carry cowpea. They'll carry cowpea with their BS, put it on the BS, and then put their carry al-Majiri cap, what is this called, all this Arabian scarf, and tie on their hair, the same way the bandits dress. And when they come in their numbers carrying guns, everybody think they are terrorists and they start running. The way our police used to be, if you see a policeman, you understand the difference between a civilian and even a paramilitary. Then we talk of soldiers. Soldiers were known for neatness. Nowadays, you will see a soldier man wearing camouflage with slippers. I've never seen that happen, but now it's happening. I don't know. Where is the discipline? It's vanishing. And then there is this ugly trend of every little thing. The police, especially these ones in Imo State here. I don't know if tear gas is now perfume or air freshener. They just spray it anyhow. Yesterday, I was on a bike where I went to get something. I was coming back only to us to come and bust into where they have sprayed tear gas. I don't know. Every little thing. Even when they are celebrating, they pop tear gas. It's tear gas now. There are people who have heart conditions. Asthmatic people. Once they perceive this thing, they get a seizure, and that's the end of their life, because one unscrupulous policeman decided to be playing with things that are very dangerous to health. The tear gas entered the bike man that was carrying me. The man almost threw us into the bush because he couldn't breathe. He couldn't see. Once the thing enters your eye, it's so bad. And there are a lot of people are living in that place. In a residential area, you go and throw tear gas. I don't know what is wrong with some people. You see crowd, the only way you dispatch crowd is to throw tear gas. Not minding that this is a residential area. And this is wind. Air will take this into places you didn't intend, and people may die. What do you gain from doing this thing? So police, please, do your job and be human, for God's sake. We need to start checking people we recruit to the police. Some of them, they head the colo. Wallahi, they head the colo. They don't get sense. Because if you have sense, you will not be doing that. You just carry tear gas and spray in the air. For every little, the smallest crisis that happens, you throw tear gas. And people are there. People who have no business with what is happening there, they don't start inhaling tear gas, and some of them will develop health conditions. Start spending unnecessary money. This is not good. It is terrible. Police, you need to stop that. While we congratulate and commend you for the good job you do, those unscrupulous ones that are giving police bad name, desist from this. We love our police. Stop making people hate police for nothing. Police is your friend. That's what they told us. But right now, tear gas be people's friend now. Nigerian presidency confirms DSS military directly contacted bandits to free 38 Eruku church worshippers. Okay. It has become a very serious matter. The 38 free Eruku church worshippers how, one, there was no exchange of gunfire. Two, we didn't hear anything like ransom. So how did they free these people? There are no more questions than answers to this whole freedom. So does it mean that they are saying that the presidency confirms DSS and military directly contacted bandits? So they have the number of the bandits? What did they agree with the bandits? Well, according to Onanuga, the bandits complied because they understood the consequences of defying government orders. Which kind of story be this? When the Bola Tinubu-led presidency said the operatives of the Department of State Service, DSS, and the military established contact with the bandits to secure the release of the 38 victims had abducted from a church in Iruku, Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, where the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, disclosed this on Monday during an interview on Arise Television, insisting that security agencies made direct contact with the kidnappers and demanded the victims' immediate release. Okay, since you have direct contact to bandits and terrorists, where are the 25 KB girls? Make direct contact so that they will release them. All the 13 they kidnapped in Borno State, make direct contact so they release them. Please. It is so funny. While we congratulate the government, and of course we are so happy for the release of this 38, government should be truthful to the people. Because this story, clear, pure at all. Pure, lie. They made a contact and they say they understand the consequences of it. So, one, since they have released them now, are we going to let the bandits be, since we already have a contact to them, and that contact number can be traced? There's a signal in the start of that conversation, you know where these bandits are. So because they have released them now, we'll free them, right? What about the people they killed? What about the people they shot? So these are issues. Why we keep romancing and dialing and pampering people of the underworld, the society is getting worse off every blessed day. Well, this story no pure. I'm just trying to analyze what is here. A lot of people are asking questions. So, Bayo Onanuga, if you have this understanding consequence by the bandits, please bring back the schoolgirls that were taken. Bring back the remaining over 200 Catholic school students from where they were kidnapped. They were taken. You don't come and be singing song of praise for one good thing. Yes, it's a good thing. We're happy. Our 38 brothers and sisters are back. But the fact remains that these are the ones that took from school. These are the younger, smaller generation. Where are they? Are we going to get them released too by a phone call so that the bandits will be scared? Now, there's somebody that was speaking, I can't remember the guy's name on social media. He's saying because of the narrative in the air that there is Christian genocide, and these people went to church that was live streaming, and the thing generated that particular narration that there's Christian genocide. They decided to act fast and free these church people. Now, there are so many things. This issue of not being clear with the people will bring along its own conspiracy theories. And once these conspiracy theories start sounding truthful to the people, they will stop believing a thing you said. Now, there's too much mistrust to the government, and once we have this mistrust, everything the government is thinking, they'll be thinking right, people are thinking left. And there's no way. The government and the people cannot work in consonant. It doesn't work that way. Two parallel lines can never meet. So the government and the people need to come and meet at the converging point. So this is where we need truth from the government. Unfortunately, what we get is half news, a narrative that they want to control. And that is not what Nigerians need. Nigerians are too smart for all those kind of things. When you say it, people will now ask questions. It took how many days since after the release of these people for Onanuga to come up and tell us this thing? And, well, apologies to Onanuga. Nothing Onanuga says that people don't take with a pinch of salt. It's not funny. Anyway, that's that for that. Let's head on to the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper, I have kidnapping crisis. Governors convene emergency session. School lockdowns rise in the north. The kidnapping crisis, governors in the north, 19 states, They have already convened an emergency meeting, and they are saying school lockdowns on the rise. I've already told you that. I'll give you more details later on. Why security agencies can't bomb bandits, enclaves, presidential aid is talking. All right, let's see why. Onanuga is saying the special advisor to the president. Onanuga has said that the security agencies are fully aware of the identities and locations of the bandit groups responsible for recent mass abduction, including the attack on St. Mary's Catholic School, Papari, in Niger State. Onanuga made the disclosure on Monday during an interview on the Rise News program, Prime Time. Well, according to him, although security operators have the necessary intelligence, their operations are often constrained by the risk of collateral damage to civilians being held by bandits. The security people, they know all the bandits that are operating in that axis. They know them. They know where they operate, he said. Well, Onanuga stressed that the government cannot simply launch airstrike on identified enclaves. Our people are living around where they operate. So you can't just go there. They need to be very careful that in the course of chasing these bandits, they don't go and bomb innocent lives, he said. Well, good thing that Onanuga is telling us now that our military, our police, and the security operatives know where these bandits are, but they don't want to have collateral damage. So what about cordoning that area? Nobody goes and nobody comes in that whole area so that you can control what happens and what goes in and out of that area. Well, I am not a military tactician, but I do know, even if movies we watch, that if things like this happen, they hold the whole perimeter around that place, nobody would come in or leave because the whole place will be taken. They will just put a perimeter around the whole of that place with surveillance 24/7. Since you know these people, they cannot move. But unfortunately, they will carry 200-300 people and be moving. Not that they are in the town. And I know what you're saying. Tomorrow they say they are in the forest. Now they say they live with people. Which one we go take? Which one we go take? Anyway, that's that for that. What do you make of what Bayo Onanuga is saying? Oh, me tabo. Oh, me tabo. Anyway, let's move on now to the lead story on the Vanguard newspaper. Kebbi, Niger schools abduction. U.S. to share intel and demands action. Now, look at the school. If you see the picture of the school, the mattress where the students are even sleeping to start with, government schools. Oh, sorry, no. What the United States government yesterday taxed the federal government to ensure those involved in the abduction of schoolgirls and students' pupils in Kebbi and Niger states were brought to book. Well, this came as the presidency disclosed yesterday that the U.S. government had agreed to establish a joint working group to enhance counterterrorism operations and deepen security cooperation between both countries. That is on the Vanguard newspaper. Insecurity is time for state police. That is coming from the Southwest governors. The Southwest governors are saying it's time for state police. The issue of state police is now on the front burner. Withdrawal of escort. Fear grips VIPs as police plan modalities. All right. When they carry police, they worry people for the police going to flock out that motor. Clear road for a civilian, a bloody civilian like me, because he has money. The police go guide them, then leave me and you to our fate. Hi, looking at this picture of these Kebbi and Niger schools, you begin to wonder. A child that sleeps on this kind of bed, which book you want, Sabi? And it's a bunk with lenga iron. Hi. Oh, me taba. That's why the bandits can easily come in and go out because look at the place. Size B. All right. Trump returns new pope, 10 events that defined 2025. That is the latest on Vanguard. The 10 most iconic things that happened in 2025. Donald Trump came back in January to be the president for the second time. What a political comeback. Pope Leo is now the leader of the Catholic faithful worldwide. All right, Trump moves to name some Muslim Brotherhood chapter terrorist organizations. I'm going to do a story on this Muslim Brotherhood and the broader Al-Qaeda network that is now threatening to become a global thing. Very soon, we are still doing our research. When we are done with that, we'll bring it up. 5 people who made global headlines in 2025. You can grab that Vanguard newspaper. Now, finally, on the Daily Post newspaper, I'll bring you on now after this headline. Very, very funny headline. Dangote Refinery. Why cheaper fuel price is unsustainable in Nigeria? This is coming from the retail marketers. The retail marketers. Dangote Refinery, why cheaper fuel price is unsustainable in Nigeria? Retail marketers are talking. Well, the recent reduction in petrol prices in Nigeria has sparked momentary excitement amongst citizens, but industry players warn that the development may portend greater danger in the oil downstream sector. Which danger? So the only reason why we're not going to have danger is if the prices are high. That's what your marketers are saying. Well, Dangote Refinery had attributed a drop to its November ex-depot price reduction to 828 naira per liter from 877. That is more like nearly 50-something naira or 48, 49 naira. So, moreover, the ex-depot price of petrol as of Monday morning has increased to 854 per liter for Dangote, and Pinnacle is selling at 860 per liter. So when these marketers buy, you now begin to buy at a retail cost of 920, 930. Some people sell as much as 950. This is where our problem is in this country. We have oil. We're drilling oil. We're selling oil to Dangote Refinery. And then they don't even do transportation costs of carrying costs. It's just from NNPC or wherever they're pumping it from straight to Dangote. If this was happening every day, Dangote distills fuel, we'll get fuel enough. But hell no, Dangote is still importing crude to distill to give us fuel. I don't know who on earth does not want Nigeria to ever smile. But the prices are not real. That's according to Petron. The president of Petron, Billy Gillis Harry, insisted that the current lower pump price are not in any way guided by fair market pricing. Meaning what? Well, according to him, the decrease neither reflects supply-demand dynamics nor the cost realities of importing, refining, or distributing petrol. He said petrol prices are not determined by actual market fundamentals. Thus, the market is being distorted, and distorted markets always come with consequences. Well, Gillis Harry warned that eventually many marketers will lack the capital to continue purchasing products, stressing that once that happens, supply shortages could re-emerge, potentially triggering another round of price hikes or scarcity. He stressed the need for what he calls right sizing, right pricing, fair pricing, and honest value. Well, in other words, petrol must be priced according to real market conditions, not artificial adjustments that look good on the surface but are damaging beneath, he said. Well, according to you, the only thing that will make us not to get fuel cheaper is if the investors lack capital to import. That's about the only fear. Instead of you to be thinking of how to get capital to refine, you're thinking of how to import. This is our problem. Buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. When the thing you're looking for is right beneath your feet. That is our problem. NNPC cannot work. 4 refineries, no one is working. We keep talking because these people want to keep importing, and you need to satisfy your external buyers so that you will get money to import. Unfortunately, that is not happening. At this point, let's open up our phone lines so you can be part of the conversation. It's time for you to holler. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. who is going to be my first caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
I'm great. Welcome aboard. Name and submission.
Thank you. My name is Pastor Smart Nachi, calling you from Owerri.
Pastor Smart, carry go.
Okay. I don't really know why our leaders have decided to treat us this way. I don't know if they are happy or collaborating with the bandits, the criminal elements. If Ananuga will tell us that these people were contacted through the phone, and we know Gumi, who have been telling us how he's been visiting people, these bandits in their hideouts, the terrorists in their hideouts. The question will be, why is it that these people cannot go to these terrorists and arrest them? Why is it that these people are seen as people who cannot be reached? Why they come out to commit this harm and people die, and yet the government pretend they cannot reach these people? Is it that they are happy with the bloodletting in the country, or that they lack the willpower, the political willpower to save Nigerians? That is a question I wish they will answer us one day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Hello, Barry. Good morning.
The senior citizen Mazes on the building.
Mario,
Ew.
it's almost becoming impossible to get you. How many days?
Maybe small. I can't the wonder, sir.
I don't know. Maybe that's why I've not heard the voice of Elder.
That's
Maybe
true.
I tried about 200 or 300 times. I couldn't get you.
That's true. It's like HOP. You have to get a dedicated line for our senior citizens so that they will be calling that line.
Yes, anybody who is above 80 should be on that line. So that we can spend the whole morning and the tea you put in front of you get cold.
We need to get a dedicated line. All right.
Mario,
Ew.
too many things in one day.
No be small.
One, did you watch Ononoga last night on our hand? He looks so sober. Okay. One. Two, Barry, you are celebrating, you appear to be celebrating, I'm not sure you are, that 100,000 policemen will now have to do police duty and not where they are. Barry, that's something I learned so many years ago. Every rule is as strong as the exception. Barry is entitled to stand up and be counted, except when you remove all the exceptions. You know whether Barry has any right or not. Now, until we know how many are left to serve those who will say they are entitled to them, don't celebrate the 100,000. You may end up, if you get 20,000, they deploy to police duty. That will be all right. Barry said, you are talking of bandits and banditry. Why don't you use the word terrorist?
Okay.
That makes it simple for all of us. Because when you go to banditry, you start from a harder class. Who is clashing? How do you use your stick to clash with a man with automatic weapons? And who can shoot you from a range of even 100 meters? Barry, let us tell ourselves the truth. Whatever the security men are achieving or have achieved, we congratulate them. We are saying those achievements do not give confidence to the populace. Finally, on oil, petrol, whatever, ask yourself, what is the policy of the government of Nigeria on the price of petroleum? And how does that policy affect or not affect the generality of Nigerians? Good morning. I'm Senior Citizen Mazozo.
Thank you very much. The senior
by the time I get you again, it will be Christmas.
No, hopefully tomorrow you will talk. Don't worry. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. That was the voice of the senior citizen Mazozo there. Hello, good morning. Who on my line?
Good morning.
Morning to you, brother.
This is Awuja calling from Nekede.
Awuja. Carry go.
Yeah. You see, the height of insecurity in Nigeria suggests that all government efforts have failed. And they are making no serious efforts to see that they improve in the insecurity. You see, the worst government we had in this country was the Buhari administration. Nigerians did not gain anything from his military intelligence to fight insecurity. Because we thought that as a retired general in the army, you do know that the general in the army, if it is in the church, is the pope or archbishop, who's supposed to know everything to do to combat a situation that was on ground when he came in. He never did anything, and that is the worst thing that happened to this country. His 8 years was useless to Nigeria. Then coming to transfer it to this administration is transferring stupidity and what to Nigeria, because this is people that do not know. These people now in authority are the insecurity we are already having. The whole from A to Z, all the politicians, they are the insecurity we are fighting. How can you fight yourself, Barry? It's impossible for you there to shoot, have your gun and shoot on your leg. That is the problem we're having. And you see, Sani Abacha told us that there is no act of insecurity that lasts for 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks. The government does not have interest in it.
All right. Thank you very much.
So, may God help us.
Thank you very much, Awuja. Let's go to our Facebook. I want to take some messages today. For days, I've not been reading too many messages. So we have Osinachi Herbert says, good morning, Echo FM, Echo family. Glad joining us on today's broadcast this morning. Thank you very much, Osinachi. I still won. He says, good morning, Barry. This country's condition is really pathetic. Thank you very much, Wachiko Elias Jr., a.k.a. All right, he's from Ogbako. He says, good morning, Barry. One Southeast businessman plead for NNAMDI KANU's release should be the caption. Instead, they are just there for their business and their pocket. Now, total wash. Barry one they are there for something else and not for NNAMDI KANU. The new business now for the government is this banditry business where the government big heads use bandits to cash out. Because of 2027, they are gradually gathering money for election through these people. Barry, all now wash. God bless you more, my brother. Thank you very much. Elias Chukwebuka Nwogu says he is Ebuka texting from food to engineer Ebuka. All right, let's get another round of physics, chemistry, and biology lessons. A very good morning, Barry. The recent shutdown of several schools across Nigeria as a result of escalating security threats has generated a turbulence of social anxiety, akin to a system approaching critical instability in thermodynamics. Bam. It says the atmosphere in the affected state is no longer in a state of thermal equilibrium. Rather, it is heating up with fear, uncertainty, and psychological pressure on both parents and students. At this point in our national journey, there is an urgent need for a convergent boundary, a point where government forces, community stakeholders, and security agencies collide constructively like tectonic plates coming together to form a stronger, impenetrable structure. This convergent interaction should generate the necessary pressure, energy, and policy heat required to compress insecurity and stabilize the educational terrain. Likewise, we must dissolve the existing divergent boundary where citizens and government drift apart like separating plates, leaving behind a rift valley of distrust and communications gap. This divergent movement increases the country's entropy, scattering efforts, and weakening our collective thermal capacity to fight insecurity. Oh boy. To resolve these problems, Nigeria needs a thermodynamic recalibration, a deliberate attempt to reduce the social temperature, increase the activation energy for effective policing, and maintain a steady state environment. What is going to be the catalyst? He didn't add that word. Where learning can flow without fear. When the government and the people synchronize their kinetic energy, a powerful exothermic reaction of unity, cooperation, and actionable intelligence will be released. Until then, the continuous closure of school will remain an alarming signal of system overheating, one that must be cooled with decisive leadership and collective vigilance. Engineer Ebuka texting from Futo. God bless you, Engineer Ebuka. Dr. Mrs. Mao Lebra from Owerri. She is saying, why is it that everything that works in other parts of the world does not work in Nigeria? What a question. Why is it that things that are strongly resented in other countries like poverty, dictatorship, corruption, nepotism, and marginalization easily flourish here? Accountability, probity, transparency, and all forms of checks and balances that normally flourish in a true democratic environment are aggressively trampled upon by our leaders. Why have we degenerated to this level? Today, Dr. Mrs. Emma is asking a question that begs an answer. Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Emma Lebra. Sanity Fine-Chuku, a.k.a. Fikis Man. It says, blessed big brother Barry, hope you are going well. Thank you. It says, based on the matter at hand, before NNAMDI KANU was convicted, it took many time. Why didn't this CAUCUS came up with this their plea? Then keeping quiet up until this moment, a verdict has been passed on him. Let them go and rest because this their pleading will not see the light of the day. Nigerian government and politicians should continue tampering with the masses in Nigeria, and the end will justify Kachineke Mezoku. All right, thank you very much. Alphonsus Chima, listening to Echo FM 100.7 with Mr. Barry Cosmos. My take is that in this type of killings, kidnappings, banditry, and injustice, Ugo Chinyere's move in the National Assembly to seek Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom stands as a brave step. It shows that even in difficult times, leadership can choose justice and open a path towards healing and hope. Alphonsus Chima from Imsu Junction. All right, thank you very much. Back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, my own brother Abare.
I greet you especially. Welcome.
I salute you. You are doing well.
Thank you.
Barry, my name is Comrade Dompadek Chidozemosu.
Okay.
I speak up from my hometown. Omok has the most peaceful community in Imo State.
Make this peace remain there. This is how we done the shot most people. May bandits not visit your community.
Our peace is not our peace is not negotiable.
Okay, no, yeah, carry go.
Yes, but I want to talk on the issue of insecurity.
Okay.
But insecurity in Nigeria is becoming so much, and as day progresses, you see that the insecurity is increasing. So I don't want to teach the DSS, police, army their job. I believe that they are trying their best. But if you see the kind of comments, some of the Muslim clerics using Sheikh Gumi as an example, some of the comments they are making, we prove to you that in this Nigeria, there are some people that own it. I wonder why Gumi has made himself to be the spokesman of terrorists, and up till now he has not been arrested.
All right.
Assuming he's an Igbo man that is saying those things, what do you think will happen to him? So, if we are fighting insecurity, let us stop being selective.
Right.
I urge the federal government to go to the north and make sure that insecurity is restored there and in other geopolitical zones.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. Pade. Good morning. Who did my line?
Good morning, Barry Cosmo. Bemburu one on radio.
That sounds like the radio general.
You are correct. You can't miss my voice.
Yes, sir. Can you go?
Yeah, and I find a good radio general from Modogo local government.
All right.
But there are some things that start falling. Sometimes our government use gun and shoot on their legs. Indicting themselves before the international community.
Okay.
Why do I say so? Somebody will wake up and tell us that they just communicated with the bandits and they released more than 30-something or 50-something children that we are adopted. Or maybe let's put it this way, that they escaped. Imagine how the group of people like this can escape
And no, the bandits, whether they gave them, they drugged them, that they were all sleeping. Or they called them on phone. Only calling them on phone, they restore these children. That means that the other people that have been adopted long ago, they have the power to release, to speak to the bandits, and then they will release them. Does it not mean that our government is working together with the bandits? It's a very good question. The international community, US is going to ask them this question. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Go on.
Yes, please, I won't go further, but this is a very important question. Let them explain to us. Onanuga will come out again and explain very well how these people were released without paying any ransom, nothing. Thank you and God bless you. And then the Radio General.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, the Radio General. Okay, people, let's make some few announcements right now. Okay. The RCC, let's make an announcement. Please listen to this important announcement. The Redemption Christian Ministry over from the Gbodogbodo one on radio. The voices that will take over from the Slim Diva. There are a lot of young ones that we be the next broadcasters. We want to catch them young. So, dear mummies and daddies, try and bring your children for that particular one. It's 5,000 gate fee. But if you hurry now, at least between now, I think, is it for now to Sunday? I think so. The management said for now to Sunday, that 2,000 naira is up. You're only paying 3,000 naira. Now, hurry now, because if that 100 children don't reach, your name, na sorry, if you come the claim, say, here say, hurry now. No way to hurry now. Sunday, far. Today is Tuesday. You have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, it's all over. So everybody, hurry, bring your children for the Kiddies Festival of music, drama, dance, poetry, whatever it is you think is going to be the children play. Some of you will have to see the lovely Best Beauty. Best Beauty, your market they sell. People, they worry me for your head. So for those of you who keep asking me for Best Beauty number, come and see Best Beauty. She's going to be there. So everybody, hurry now, bring your children for the Children Festival. Now, for all those football fans, where they ask whether Barry Cosmos we play ball, I go shock now. Now on the 7th, far. 7th here, we don't shot, but somebody has to buy boot for me. Oh, somebody buy boot, because my boot, I don't know where it is again, no. So somebody buy boot if you want me to play. Buy boot and send it to Echo FM, and you see me there. Size 44, far. My skipper day now. GM run go Lagos. You go come back, you go play. And GM Beledon Big, where you go still play. Thank you very much. At the end of the day, it's all about you. It's 1 year of celebrating with you. You are the reason why Echo FM is what it is today. You are the reason why our voices make any meaning out there. We thank you all for being part of our program. Now, it's time for us to visit our news desk to bring you the news update at 10 with Best Beauty.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the news update in Echo 100.7 FM, the station with fair and balanced reporting. Here are the latest stories we're keeping tabs on. President Bola Tinubu's directive withdrawing police escorts from VIPs has created widespread anxiety among top officials who fear exposure to increased security risks. The presidency explained that the police will now focus on core duties while VIPs requiring escorts must request armed NSCDC personnel, leading to confusion and frantic calls to police headquarters. The African Democratic Congress has criticized the move as political theater, accusing the government of prioritizing optics over real security solutions. The party warned that the directive does little to address the growing threat of terrorism, banditry and mass abductions affecting the nation. A terrorist group has released a video claiming responsibility for the recent school abductions in Kebbi and Niger State, threatening fresh attacks on soldiers and politicians. The footage shows an armed spokesman boasting that government forces cannot halt their operations, heightening concerns across affected communities. The video has sparked fear nationwide as insecurity worsens across the north. Security analysts say the clip demonstrates the increasing audacity of terrorists who operate with minimal resistance, raising further alarm about the country's deteriorating security situation. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has announced a statewide registration of all foreign nationals and non-indigenes to curb illegal infiltration. He revealed that security agencies recently arrested about 70 foreigners from Chad and Sudan who could not account for their presence in the state, stressing that the registration will help identify legitimate residents. The governor warned traditional rulers and community leaders against allocating land to strangers and vowed to prosecute anyone sabotaging the state's security efforts. He said a meeting with security chiefs focused on strengthening measures to prevent activities capable of destabilizing peace across the state. Troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army have arrested suspected kidnap kingpin Alhaji Abubakar Bawa in Wukari, southern Taraba, as part of Operation World Stroke. The arrest came just a day after the capture of another notorious kidnapper, Umar Musa, both believed to be part of a criminal syndicate terrorizing communities. The operation, driven by intelligence-led patrols and local security collaboration, has disrupted several kidnapping networks and rescued multiple victims. The army says the targeted offensive will continue until all major criminal cells in the region are dismantled. In business, the Nigerian Conservation Foundation is urging stronger national action and increased funding to combat the growing threat of plastic pollution. Justice R.I.B. Adebiyi said the organization's annual fundraising event remains key to sustaining conservation projects, warning that ignoring plastic pollution could have catastrophic consequences. She advised Nigerians to adopt simple lifestyle changes such as avoiding single-use plastics, proper waste sorting, recycling, and supporting environmental legislation. The foundation says individual responsibility remains central to reducing the nation's plastic burden. On the foreign scene, the British government has rejected Nigeria's request to transfer former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu back home to complete his prison term. Ekweremadu was convicted in 2023 for organ trafficking, and UK authorities say Nigeria could not guarantee he would continue serving his sentence. The UK Ministry of Justice reiterated that prisoner transfers are discretionary and evaluated on justice considerations. Meanwhile, his wife, Beatrice Ekweremadu, who was sentenced alongside him, has already returned to Nigeria after serving half her term. In sports, Paul Onuachu scored in Trabzonspor 4-3 victory over Istanbul Basaksehir in Turkish Super League. The Nigerian striker converted a penalty in the 76 minutes, bringing his league tally to 9 goals this season. The goal places him joint top scorer alongside Eldor Shomurodov. Trabzonspor sits third on the log with 28 points from 13 games. And that's all for the news update at 10, edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more information and inquiries, visit our social media platforms on Facebook at Echo FM, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by clicking on www.echofm.net. I am Best Beauty going far. Good morning and thanks for listening.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front.
Stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems.
On action, I don't want to somebody.
And daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back to the main event on radio. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7 with the Radio Marshal. Barry Cosmos, one on radio. The O'Kane's your big brother. And of course, today we are taking a look at the Southeast Caucus of the National Assembly. They are pleading, they are asking, they are demanding for a pardon for the convicted leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, NNAMDI, KANU. And of course, this message is coming. Very soon we're going to play their discussion so that you can hear it live by your own self of what they said. But do you think this action is coming a little too late, or it is not coming, it's coming at the right time? Will the president listen to their plea, or will he turn deaf ears to the plea? This is what we are going to be discussing today. But before we go into that conversation, I earlier told you that the Southwest governors have decided on state policing. What does it entail? They want to have their own police. They want to control their own police, where it is going to be in the hands of the governors, no longer waiting for orders from above, but orders straight from the chief security officer of the state, the governor. The House of Rep members, the councillors, the chairman, they will be in charge of this police force, and they know their locality, and these people that are going to be part of that particular police setup will come from the locality. So if you cannot protect your own, if you want to victimize your people, you go ahead. Your people know who you are. They know when you were born. They know exactly what you need to do. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But what do you make of this move by the Southwest governors? Again, the Northeast, the North and the Northeast, the Northwest and the North Center, 19 states of the Northern region of Nigeria are also going to have a meeting, and state policing is topmost on the agenda. So is this going to happen? Well, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu once said that state policing is a necessity. Are we going to have that finally? And if it does come, what will be the outcome? What will be the fate of insecurity as it is happening right now? Schools have been shut down in the North. And, of course, shutting down school. Will it help anybody? Well, this is the action taken by the North and, of course, the East and the West. So what about the Southeast and the South-South? What are we doing? Do we need state policing? We are the only ones still left to come up with that particular agenda. Well, the Southeast governors, the Governors Forum of the Southeast, they have not said anything as a body since the conviction of NNAMDI KANU. What are they doing? Well, the governor of Abia State has also said that he has set a machinery that will help for NNAMDI KANU to be released from his detention. NNAMDI KANU has already signaled he's going to appeal. Of course, if he appeals and decides to bring his defense, they didn't allow him to give his closing statement according to him. They keep asking where is the law, the repeat law. There is a saving for that law. That saving makes sure that what you were convicted, what you were charged of with the old law can still be legal. NNAMDI KANU did not take into cognizance. So that one, he said a repeat law is a repeat law. But at the end of the day, he did not open his defense. He didn't give any account of what happened or counter what happened, and that is what led to him being prosecuted and convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment. Now, people are like saying if he had done at least defended himself, maybe even if they convicted him, he would have gotten a lighter sentence than a life sentence. So with this in mind, do you think the Southeast Caucus of the National Assembly is doing the right thing? And of course, the president will listen to them. Will that happen? This is what we're going to be talking about in a nutshell. So everybody, welcome aboard to the massive program. Welcome to the main event on radio. It is Straight Talk, live on Echo FM with the Radio Marshal by Ray Cosmos. Let's take your own angle. What do you make of this move by the National Assembly Southeast Caucus? 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. All right, phone lines are open. Who them aligned? Hello.
Cosmos, today is Christmas.
Hey, wait. Okay.
I'm senior citizen, yes, people are waiting for December to have Christmas. Today, my own has started.
Master Dama for the second missionary journey. Carry go.
Get you twice in less than 20 minutes. God, miracle still happen.
Abi?
And nobody is telling you the story of people, the 38 persons who were released in Kwara. That when that happened, while the church was done, the men went into the prayer room where Babalola, I don't know if you remember him, where Babalola used to hold the prayer meeting. That's where they went into, and some of them stayed there until the release. Don't go on with evangelism now.
Okay.
Because those who will tell us the stories will tell us. But that is an angle from the church angle. All right.
All right.
You are talking of security. The Northern governors are deciding to do something. The West deciding to do something. The East, that is the geography of Nigeria. You can now reduce it to whether you have South or Northeast or Northwest. But in this matter that is about life and destruction of life, is about the region. I'm not talking to politicians. I'm talking to other men and women like myself.
Okay.
What are you waiting for? What can people in the East say they are waiting for?
Okay.
Yes, what are you waiting for? That your citizens are being primary ultimate purpose of government is the protection of the lives of the citizens and their property. I will get a pass now. So,
okay.
What way can the governors of the East say they are protecting lives and property? Except to shout that others have killed and they are sending somebody. Then they send those who go on sympathy. They issue condolence messages, Barry, and they now meet. For the sake of the state of emergency, I'm using emergency as a layman.
Okay.
Don't be ashamed to say you are following what others are doing. Go ahead, because when a great solo is performing, don't go there to compete. Just say somewhere and hum the chorus. And we can let's hum the chorus
Abi?
and save our people. Yes, I'm not going to compete with any great soloist, but you will not stop me from humming the chorus. Now the Southeast governors, let them hum the chorus and protect the lives of the people of Eastern Nigeria. Greetings, Barry. I'm senior citizen. I'll not call you again today.
Thank you very much, senior citizen. All right, one bloody Man U fan. This guy's, God. He says, morning, Sir Barry. Please, what is the size of your boot? But wait, as a Man U fan, am I supposed to buy boot for a Chelsea fan? I don't think so. Please tell Chelsea Chief Jude to get you a boot, period. Okay. Even if you buy me a boot, I don't feel whether you'll give me leprosy. So anyway, that is the fun and the banter has begun on our 7th of December friendly match with Echo FM and the fans. We are waiting for you. All right, let's go back to the conversation. These other ones are Julie Stainless says, beautiful morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossi. Listening to what Bayo Onanuga said about the rescue of our kidnapped girls. This guy, Akachi, take time. Akachi, take time. Bring me that message now from Julie Stainless. Put it on the screen. Let's read them out. Please, let's get Julie Stainless and let's bring out that particular Julie Stainless. Where is that your message? All right, let's continue. I will bring you Julie Stainless. Isn't it, Lady Julie Nasike? Yeah, here you are. It says, Barry Costa, listening to what Bayo Onanuga said about the rescue of our kidnapped. How can any right-thinking person in our country or in the whole wide world take our country serious? Nigerian government is known to be insincere, deceitful, with everything about it shrouded in secrecy and falsehood. It will take a sense to believe the rulers of this country. Please, Barry, tell Bayo to use the same mysterious method to rescue all the kidnapped victims, including Leah Sharibu, since he and his cohorts know this band of terrorists, where they are and how to negotiate with them. What a shameless and clueless government. Nigeria is now a dwarf and no longer the giant it was known for. What a pity. Isn't Lady Julie Nosike sent in that one? Oh, my God. Please, everybody, join me live on YouTube. Let's have this conversation. Join me live on YouTube. People on YouTube, we have Good Morning, Barry Cosmos. Francis from Second Inland Road. He said, you can keep waiting for the truth from the APC people, but we know they have already shown they are the architect of this insecurity. That is the gospel, according to Francis from Second Inland Road. We also have this one's from Chijoke. It says, Bayo, the parrot has begun singing. It is your own peril to believe what Bayo O says. Recall, he is of APC extraction. They are strangers to the truth. He said they are strangers to the truth. Elder Chijeke, on my way to where? Or your way to where? Or you want to stand on the mandate? Thank you, Elder Chijeke. He says, Bayo Onanuga and APC are strangers to the truth. What a bombshell. Hello, good morning. We lost that one. Good morning. Who do you have a line?
Hello.
Welcome aboard. Name and submission.
Yes, I am calling from Obize. My name is Obase.
Obase. Can you go?
Yes. Yeah. You see, what is happening now in this kidnapping issue is too alarming. And it is high time Nigeria will wake up to know what they do, because all these flimsy excuses is getting much.
Okay.
Look at Gumi, who is soliciting for kidnappers and terrorists. Is he not one of the sponsors? He's supposed to know that he is trying to trade with a snake. And let the federal government do something about it and get him arrested so that they will equally prosecute him like they are prosecuting NNAMDI KANU and they sentence him. They left him out. Why?
Right.
It's injustice. This is how I want to let you people know about what is happening in Nigeria today.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Obase from Obinze. All right, Maureen Ogadi says, good morning, nice Sabari. This insecurity matter is all about the government. Their hands are there. They have the power to stop it. Thanks. That's the message according to our beautiful sister. This one says, Chris Ogbona JP says, Zagborogoro 1, nobody should blame KANU for not entering into his defense. The federal government has concluded plans to jail him with the help of DOM. Okay, if our Igbo politicians worry is why take him to enemy's territory, for those have been against him, you will one day see him as a Joseph of our own time. He is the Ikemba of Igbos and the land to after late Ojuku. Okay, so for Bayo, he always, okay. Okay, so he always behaves like a drunkard. He knew that his government has failed a lot of Nigerians. He is worse, that's how he wrote it, than bandits. Comrade Chris Ogbona, JP Church of Presentation, Umugoma. Thank you. All right, let's move on now. I want you to take a listen to the Southeast Caucus of the National Assembly of what they said about the demand for NNAMDI KANU's release. NNAMDI KANU's release. They were asking for NNAMDI KANU to be pardoned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They say this, and they are all together, about 40 of them in the National Assembly from the Southeast Caucus, are demanding and asking and pleading for the president to free NNAMDI KANU from his life imprisonment sentence meted to him by Justice James Omotosho of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Let's take a listen to the Southeast Caucus of the National Assembly.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7. Echo FM.
Using the constitutional powers granted under section. After extensive deliberation, the caucus resolved to humbly appeal to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to consider a political and humanitarian intervention using the constitutional powers granted under section 175 of the 1999 Constitution to grant pardon to Mazi NNAMDI KANU. Our appeal is grounded on the following considerations. 1, we believe that the continued detention of Mazi KANU has contributed significantly to tension and agitation in the Southeast. Despite numerous calls for calm, the atmosphere remains strained. A presidential act of mercy at this time has the potential to de-escalate tensions, restore normalcy, and reduce the cycle of security operations and civil resistance. 2, Beyond its political nature, this matter has taken a deep emotional toll on families, communities, and the general population. The Southeast has experienced profound social disruptions in the form of closed markets, interrupted schooling, reduced commercial activity, and fear. A political resolution will ease these human burdens and allow communities to return to a dignified life. Thirdly, Nigeria has, in critical moments, relied on presidential magnanimity to heal divisions and consolidate peace. Indeed, the authors of our Constitution, and I mean the 1999 Constitution, conceived of Section 175 in anticipation that the bare dictates of the law may sometimes prove insufficient in tackling complex legal issues that are better handled politically via presidential discretion. It is our belief that an act of clemency by the president would resonate deeply across the country as a symbol of inclusiveness, fairness, and leadership that prioritizes healing over division.
Welcome back. That was the National Assembly Southeast Caucus asking and pleading for NNAMDI KANU to be pardoned by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu after his conviction. Now, what do you make of this particular plea from the National Assembly? Let's hear your take. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I bless you this morning.
Okay. My name is Abraham.
Okay.
I'm calling from Owerri. What they are saying is that they are coming late.
Okay.
Why can't they do it right from time before they pass judgment? So it's not necessary for their pleading.
But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot pardon somebody that has not been convicted now. Don't you think so?
Okay. But what I know is NNAMDI will come back.
Okay.
The same way they carry him go, they will carry him the same way come back. His case is under court control. There are millions, thousands, uncountable that are praying for him.
All right.
His angel is his guide, and there's a fire of God that surrounded him, and he's unstoppable. Nobody can stop him.
Thank you very much.
Next one, I want to talk about security. You see, in fact, I don't know what is happening about the whole East. Look at Hausa people have planned their own now. Yoruba have planned their own now. But here, they are not doing anything. Even here in Igbo land here, the bad people have surrendered our land. Surrendered everywhere, even with bad. They are surrendered. The day when those people will be fighting in this state, it will be a shock to everybody. But my prayer is that God should deliver his people. Thank you. Have a nice working day.
All right, thank you very much. All right, let's get some messages. Lawson Abam says, good morning, Barry. You are looking good. Thank you. Just want to greet all the Echo family. Sam Lawson from Mbisero. Thank you very much, Sam, for your message. Actually, they see this one now. Onyeka. Onyemegu. Onyeka. Hi, Jesus. You say, oh, Barcelona. Hi. Well, you go cry tomorrow. No be tomorrow. You go call me and you go cry. Up Chelsea. Chelsea is winning this match, whether you people like it or not. Tomorrow, I will be coming here to brag. Ha. All right, thank you very much. Well, all the Chelsea fans have challenged you people. You would need to buy boot for Barry Cosmos because I want to use new Shine boot from Stamford Bridge to deal with all the Man U fans on 7th of December. So Collins Chinonso says his motion, texting from Imopoli, says, good morning, Barry, and the listener. Please ask Onanuga to tell us how much he paid to bandits to release those victims and stop telling us those cock and bull stories. I am motion from Imopoli. Uzoma Opara says National Assembly members of Southeast extraction moved to the pardon of NNAMDI KANU came very late in the sense that they were here from commencement of this trial till the day he was convicted, but didn't utter a word or show sign of concern. This is medicine after death. All right, thank you very, very much for your message. All right, we go to our YouTube now. Oh, hey, Jesus Christ, you people have abandoned me on YouTube. Everybody, come, make my day. Join the YouTube. Let's get these subscribers up a little bit before we finish this program. Let's take calls. Good morning.
Good morning, my own brother, Barry.
I greet you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Barry, my name is Pabredon Padek.
Ampadek, you're flexing today.
Yes. I call from Momo Kano, the most peaceful community in Imo State.
All right.
Barry, I commend the rep members for this call. This call is a step in the right direction. No matter, despite the fact that it is coming behind shadow.
Okay.
I want to say that the release of Martin NNAMDI KANU, there is no against the fact that his release is going to restore peace in Southeast. I'm not here to defend him. I'm not here to talk against him. But all I'm saying is that his release is going to reduce insecurity in Southeast to the barest minimum, because if you check very well, there is too much tension in our land. So I'm pleading to Mr. President to please grant him presidential pardon. I believe in the unity and peace of Nigeria. So I join all the women Nigerians to plead for his unconditional release. You should grant him pardon. Thank you.
Ampadek, before you go, if we keep asking for him to be unconditionally released, what about the families that lost their life due to the NNAMDI KANU's agitation? What do you tell them? Like the police officers who lost their lives, the army people who lost their lives, the families that are without a breadwinner due to the activities of IPOP, as alleged. What do you tell them?
Right, the question you're asking me now is very sensitive, and the only person that is in a position to answer that question is the police PRO, not me. Yes, I can't answer such question.
All right.
I don't want further loss of life, so that's why you release.
All right, thank you very much. Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Barry.
I asked you to say the Lord's Prayer this morning. I hope you said it. Welcome aboard, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Barry. My name is Uncle Samuel. I'm calling from Huntsville.
All right, Uncle Sam, go ahead.
Okay. To pardon Mr. Mazi NNAMDI KANU, it's very good. For some people that are talking for air, very bad word. Don't know that this program that is, everybody, the whole world will listen to this program.
Okay.
You know, for a house, the first call when you come from break, when the National Assembly talk about the pardon of this, that man will call first. Talk back.
Okay. What did he say that is bad? What did he say that is bad?
He said the National Assembly will come late. Say, you know that NNAMDI KANU will come back. So what they do that they do wrong. So no good like that.
Okay.
Look at this man will call you now before I call you. That man will call for the man talk well.
Okay.
He speaks well. So we're pleading to President to release the man.
Okay.
That's what I was saying for the air. We want to for the air. Talk reasonable something because President will hear you. But you talk well. You say the put mouth and put gas, put petrol for the fire to burn. This is the National Assembly said it. And you say they come late. Why?
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Their opinion cannot be exactly what you want to hear, so you need to accommodate everybody, right? Thank you.
All right, but for everybody here, you hold the world here, listen to
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, the meeting on Monday at the National Assembly complex, 42 members of the Southeast CAUCUS resolved to appeal directly to the president to exercise mercy, warning that KANU's continued incarceration worsening the fragile security climate in the region. We're reading a communique issued at the end of the meeting. A Boeing lawmaker, Idu Igariwe, said the CAUCUS would continue to respect the judiciary, but insisted that the moment called for a political solution, titled Appeal for a Political and Humanitarian Resolution in the case of NNAMDI KANU. The communique urged Tinubu to elevate national stability above the strict application of the law. That is what they are saying. Hello, good morning. Uh-oh. We lost that call. Please do call us back if you can. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Welcome aboard, my brother. Welcome.
Yes, Nandej call you here from the Numikimeko Biezena.
Ndejike, welcome, sir.
Yes, Barry. You see, it's a good move from the House of Reps.
Okay.
Say that they should release him in Nnamdi Kanu. You know, I've been listening to you all along. You don't ask questions. You normally say, they have not convicted him yet. Now that he has been convicted, any other thing can come up.
Yeah.
So I stand on that ground. It's a good move for now. And it's a kind of case whereby somebody will ask you, drive your wife. And when night comes, there's cold, the person will go and sleep with his wife.
Abi?
So anybody that is telling you that in this case, this matter is coming at the wrong time, my brother, this is the right time the person is following up.
All right.
That's of the other man who said they have released these girls without just unconditional. They just say they should come back. My brother, Barry, look that matter very well. It's a fake talk.
The matter no pure.
That matter no pure. That matter just the do what Papa Ngolo as Papa with the life for him pikin. The respect don't come out. You know they respect them again because they don't lie tire for us.
Okay. Thank you very much. They be like, hey, they do children ice cream. I buy you ice cream. I buy you yogurt. Go and bring your shoe before you come back from your shoe. Boom. Papa don't waka. That's what they do, Nigerians. Good morning. Who dem a line?
Good morning, Mr. Barry. How are you doing this morning?
I am very good. Thank you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Olumbi Onyeze.
Ezelobo.
Mr. Barry, on the issue of the National Assembly members coming together, maybe giving their words to Mr. President for Nnamdi Kanu's pardon is not enough.
Okay.
Let them come back home this Christmas. All the senators, all the governors. Barry, I must tell you the truth. I don't hide my feelings. I am not happy with the state governor, Senator who opposed Odema.
Why
the chairman of the APC governors, controlling 25 or 26 governors in Nigeria. And they cannot gather all, and then also the chairman of the Southeast governors in the East. He cannot gather all these men and go to Mr. President one-on-one. Mr. President, please release our brother, Nnamdi Kanu, and release all the Igbos that are agitating for freedom. No matter how wrong they must have done him. Please release them, just like the way the Yorubas are doing. May his soul rest in peace. The former the former governor of Osun State or thereabouts, that due this security outfit in the Yoruba, standing for the Yorubas. Why can't the governor stand for the Igbos and protect the lives and properties of Igbos? Why? Why? Mr. Governor, come back home, sit down with the governors, go back to Mr. President and the senators and the federal house, meet him one-on-one, release our brother. That's our own demand. Since they are, removing us from other things, just like the way they are giving this coastal road that are supposed to go from the southeast and all the rest, the imaginization. Why can't he then now sit down and say, let them release our brother and the Igbo? It's very, very important.
Thank you.
Writing it in the newspaper is not enough. That's my thing.
Thank you. Well, you are calling for Governor Hope Uzodimma of Imo State to lead the way to ask for Nnamdi Kanu's pardon, if I get you correctly. All right. Good morning. Who am I line?
Hello, good morning.
Who be that?
It's Mecca. I'm calling from Amakoy.
Mecca from Amakoy. Go ahead.
This is my brother. anybody that is taking this your so-called Southeast politician serious. My brother, that person does not know what he's doing. You know how many times this your Southeast governors converge for the release of NNAMDI KANU. Like the last caller said, you know, when Omoteku was formed, they told us here that it was their branch. Let me tell you, you are saying that the case is in the court, that Tinubu does not have the power to grant him amnesty or anything. My brother, he has. All you need to do is to tell the Attorney General of the Federation then to drop the case and all the charges. The man will just go free. So, my brother, they know what they are doing. Anybody that is taking this so-called Southeast politician serious for NNAMDI KANU case, that's problem. Except not my Omega, honestly speaking. But what I want to tell them is that one day NNAMDI KANU from that jail. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That is Emeka from Akwakuma. All right, if you're just joining us, this is the last lap of the show. This is Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7, the main event on the radio. Everybody, thank you very much. Let's go to our messages on our WhatsApp and see some of the messages that came in. Juju from Ikwere says, Barry, APC slogan says, join APC, your sins will be forgiven. Maybe Gumi and members of the terrorists and members of the APC. Nigerian politicians are, which one is worse? Everybody's saying the word. Nigerian politicians are worse than the bandits. Thanks. On the issue of MNK, Nigerian politicians need NNAMDI KANU to join APC. Are you serious? All right, that is the gospel according to Juju from Ikwere. I'm calling Swago, a.k.a. Motion Texting from Imopolis. Says, good morning, Barry and the listener. Please ask Onanuga to tell us how much they pay to bandits to release those victims and stop telling us those cock and bull stories. Motion from this Imopoli. This other one says, good morning, Barry. The call by the Southeast Caucus will fall on deaf ears because MNK is held by the Fulani oligarchy and not by President Tinubu. May God guide us to a peaceful separation. Not Chigozie. This one is an allegation and a conspiracy theory, Chigozie, if you ask me. All right. This morning we have, I think I've taken this message before. All right, let's move on. Comrade Abed Chidi Onyenyeri. He says from Weather Road or where he says, yes, Nigeria is really bleeding because of our poor. I think that message is for yesterday, not today. Okay, the Nigerian government is living in denial with regards to the security architecture of this nation. To eradicate insecurity outrightly in Nigeria, the government must first of all be honest with herself. Secondly, the government should use the instrumentality of the state's power and bring a logical end to the deplorable insecurity in Nigeria. The government should stop romancing with terrorists and bandits. Enough is enough. Chimeze Madu from Owerri North. All right, thank you very much. Comrade Padek, I think I've taken your message. I've taken 2 of your calls. Let's move back to the Facebook and see if we've got new messages that came in there. All right, we have this one from Anofroyun and Chibukom. He says, please, help me tell Coach Ruben Amorim and his Manchester United players to stop giving us high blood pressure. Of Man U. All right. Kachineke Mezoku from your regular listener and Froyun and Chibukom Ogamopo. Man U could not win a 10-man Everton last night for 80 minutes. Everton played with 10 men and they still defeated Man U in Old Trafford. Oh, me, Tabo. What a bombshell. Well, congratulations for Everton. They have just won. After 33 years of coming to Old Trafford, they finally won. David Moye, as one of the oldest managers in EPL, first time ever to defeat Manchester United at Old Trafford. Congratulations to David Moye. He was also Man U former coach, but he was Everton legend and he's back hunting his old employers who sacked him because of poor result. And since then, since Alex Ferguson, no manager don't see his backside. Teresa Kelvin says, why didn't they plead now? The Omotocho scripted script have sent him to prison. That's when they remember to plead on behalf of him. I don't believe in this, our National Assembly, honestly, but all I know is that MNK's sentence is a political one. Nothing will happen to MNK, no matter their plans. They that put him there will forcefully bring him out there. All I know is that the end of Nigeria is near. No two ways about it. What happened between Daniel and the Lions will repeat itself between MNK and FG. All right, thank you. Kamalu Peter Nemeka texting from Obibiezena. He says, Barry, good morning. Please, movement as big as secession should never again be carried out with people that have anger issues. Diplomacy is the way. MNK really violated some things by failing to work diplomatically. Rather, he said it's raining insult to people that can even talk about succession, even if it is through U.S. Congress. He also, he said he also insulted a judge, even when he was, why is this message dancing skelewu here? Even he was calling the judge my lord. So I believe that Justice Omotosho also applied emotions in the discharge of his judgment. MNK is currently a political prisoner, and all that is required is for politicians that are sympathetic to move in for expected political resolution. I pray he will be pardoned. Awoji Onye Mordecai, he says, sometimes I wonder why I was born in Nigeria in the first place. Chai, ask your ancestor. Instead of America, Mordecai texting from Naze. Ask your ancestor that particular one. We also have Uzoiche Buchi Ken says, good morning, Buru Buru. They actually made a good move for doing the needful because Grigri Ugueze. Thank you and remain blessed. All right, Echo FM to the world. Thank you, Uzoichi. Now let's take about 2 or 3 more calls before I call it a wrap. Good morning. Who them a line?
Good morning, Barry Cosmo. Then Buruburu one on air.
I greet you. Welcome, sir. The radio journal.
You are to the fire the radio journal.
All right.
Yes. The move by our House of Assembly members is welcome. It's a welcome one.
Okay.
Ugochi is here. He can never take anything. He will try his best with his name. I want to tell you that before now, every other Nigerian have been saying, even when Tinubu gave amnesty to some people, they say he can't be too now the country because he has not been jailed. He's under a detention. Now he has been jailed. So let them pursue Tinubu, all the House of Assembly members, with other stakeholders in Igbo land. Let them plead with him. And let us see if he can grant amnesty to him. If he doesn't, that means he doesn't have the power. Maybe he's listening to Fulanis or otherwise. As the president, he has the power to grant amnesty. Thank you. And
thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Lex Chukwuemeka Chidera says, good morning, it's a radio. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
I am Chief Bright Ago. I do call from Ohadele, London, in Obosema.
Okay.
It's simple that Southeast governors should come together and tell us who is holding Mazen Namdekalo. Seriously, I want to hear the voice of our amiable governor, Omo Yoko. Let him come out and tell us who is holding Mazen Namdekalo. I am Chief Bright Ago. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, let me take my very last caller for today. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. How are you this morning?
I'm very fine, thank you. Welcome aboard.
Yes, this is Pastor Smart Nachi calling you from Owerri.
All right.
I want to say NNAMDI KANU is not a political prisoner.
Uh-oh.
It is our brother who overreacted,
Okay.
not considering the consequence of his actions. And I believe very strongly why he did not defend himself was that the evidence was too humongous that he cannot defend it. You cannot be attacking, calling your people, your followers, to attack and kill police officers, ask them to collect pistols, guns, burn down the government institutions, giving such instructions, and it is everywhere in the social media. And yet he still want the government to say, go, you have no case to answer. All we need to do now, because he has found himself in this trouble that he caused for himself, we need to appeal to government to tamper justice with mercy. So let us not trivialize this very matter. It is very clear that he overreacted and found himself in this trouble. So we need to take political measures to see how much mercy the government will grant him, so that he will come and maybe he will learn his lessons and not be very unruly, especially to those in authority. This is not a good quality that we need to bequeath to the generation that are coming after us. We need to say the truth, what it is, and not paint it with emotions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Smart, for your contribution, and you are our last caller for today. Just before we go, let me also inform you that Atiku Abubakar has officially joined the ADC. He is now a full-fledged member of the ADC. Talking about the next election, 2027. Will Atiku vie again? He said he's putting his head in the race one final time. And of course, Peter Obi is yet to make his ADC move official, but he is a member of the coalition. So what would happen to that particular move? We'll keep our fingers crossed, bring you all the details as it happens. Thank you all for being part of the show. It's been wonderful. Let me remind you again that the Christmas festivities are around, and Echo FM is celebrating with you, the family, the children, and of course, the married and singles. We have all planned our December to be like a December like never before. Remember, it's 1 year of Echo FM existence. With you, we have made history. Let's celebrate together one more time this December before we call it a wrap on 2025 and start 2026 on a high with you as usual. Thank you for being part of the program. Apologies to those of you whose messages I couldn't take, and those of you who called, you couldn't come in. Remember, it's unusual. I didn't hear the voice of Carrie, but at the end of the day, I know she's okay. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Michelle, and this is where the cookie will crumble for today. Up next is the Slim Diva. Slim Diva, I don't remove this cap. Ayo, I've been one year this cap, but she don't get mine. She don't get luck. All right, thank you very much. The Slim Diva is up next. Bye-bye.
Chukwuemeka Nwachukwu, popularly known as BM Priest, Big Man Priest, is a rap and Afro-pop artist. He has worked with various local artists in composing, collaborating, and producing music for over 10 years in the industry. BM Priest obtained a bachelor's degree in banking and finance in the University of Science and Technology, Rivers State. Born in Port Harcourt, Nigeria, and hails from Isiala Mbano local government area in Imo State, BM Priest has released several singles like Sell the Thing, Dead or Alive, and Glory. His songs can be streamed on platforms like Apple Music, Deezer, Spotify, Audiomack, etc. Follow him on his Instagram handle at Big Man Priest. Let's take a listen to his latest track titled Glory.